What's good? What's good? What's good, y'all? Sorry for the sorry for the delay. Cleveland, how you doing this Sunday afternoon?
Oh, not too bad, Cam. Not too bad.
Sunday morning for you guys. You had your coffee yet?
I did have a cup.
You had the cup, man. What's the weather like? You dodging raindrops out there, or what? What you guys doing out there?
We did have a little thunderstorm last night, but we're back on. We're back on the summertime.
Thunderstorm. Is that what happened? I heard some people tripping because they got a little lightning and a little drizzle.
No, it was like that down south zigzag stuff. It
No,
was kind of
no,
weird.
no, it wasn't. No, don't even go there. You know better than that. You know better than that.
Guy was lighting up.
Oh my goodness. And a little drizzle, huh? Thank you guys for tuning in to the Voice of the Fans podcast. Give yourself a round of applause for being with us this morning or afternoon, depending on where you're at. We appreciate it for tuning in wherever you are, wherever you be, whatever you're doing, whatever, however you're listening to the podcast. But we just want to give you guys just a little something to whet your palate um, until we do our full show on Wednesday. So we got a few things to talk about. It's going to be it's going to be an interactive show, fans, because I need your feedback. I need your feedback. Cleveland's going to get on me. I know he's going to get on me about this topic that I have later on in the show. But I need your feedback, fans, and I'll give you a heads up now of what I need your feedback on. What is the best opening line in hip hop, Cleveland? The best opening line in hip hop. I got my suggestions, but I'm gonna want your suggestions, fans, because my suggestions. I think this is gonna be generational. This is gonna be generational, depending on how far you go. When you start listening to the genre, when you start listening to music, when it starts soaking into you. But we're gonna get into the best opening line in hip hop, and then I'm gonna mention who is the biggest name in hip hop. I'm gonna mention the biggest name in hip hop, and it's gonna surprise you. If you listen to the show, I can tell you right now, it's gonna surprise you who the biggest name in hip hop is. If you listen to the show, if you paid attention to the show, especially last season, this is somebody wanted to get on me. A few people, not Cleveland wasn't the only one. A few people chimed in and sent emails and wrote hate letters, and I got hate emails. For those that don't know, we did our was it last year we did our bracket, right? It was last year we did our hip hop bracket with the best hip hop artists, right? And again, Cleveland sent me home to do some homework. I got some listeners that sent emails and chimed in and sent me to do some homework, and I had to revise my list. But yet and still, that doesn't define who the best, what the biggest name in hip hop is. And then, fans, I want to hear you guys, your response of what is the best line in hip hop. So I'm gonna give you my feedback a little later on. But first, Cleveland, we're gonna talk about this preseason, NFL preseason. Now I know Cleveland already told me. What do you think of summer league in the NBA, Cleveland?
That's a glorified scrimmage, Cameron.
I mean, how could NFL preseason be any different? And this is where I'm gonna twist Cleveland up in his own words, his own logic. Now he's gonna sell me. He's gonna sell me on how the preseason NFL is dramatically different than the summer league in the NBA. Cleveland, go ahead and explain to the people how preseason NFL is dramatically different than the summer league in the NBA.
Sure, Cameron. There's far less games. The players are playing for actual positions that aren't set, and it's not just the rookies; it's everybody.
Cleveland, the starters, Tua Tagovailoa played one drive yesterday. Mm-hmm. So when you say it's everybody, what do you mean it's everybody? One guy played one draft.
When I say it's everybody, I mean it's not just the players that were just drafted this year and perhaps the year before. It's everyone that's trying to make the team.
So do I have this right that your assertion is that the NFL preseason is dramatically different than NBA Summer League?
Yes.
Okay, so let me ask you, how much NFL preseason games are you watching, Cleveland?
I watched the Seahawks games. I have a hard time watching other teams' preseason games because I don't really know enough about their depth charts to know, who's vying for whatever position. And typically the starters don't play, so you don't get a chance to really see what their cohesive unit is going to look like.
So why even watch the Seahawks game? I mean, why even watch the Seahawks game if the start typically, as you just mentioned, the starters don't typically play? How much credence are you putting into the preseason games, Cleveland?
I watch the Seahawks games because I'm more in depth with what their roster looks like and what positions are vulnerable and what players to kind of look for to look to see what it is that they're doing.
You see how I got him, fan? You see how I got him caught up? I'm using his own words to entrap him into what his logic is. How his logic doesn't make sense. So, Cleveland, you're telling me that you watch the Seahawks. How many Lakers summer league games do you watch, Cleveland?
I don't watch any Lakers summer league games.
Oh, so you didn't see Bronny? You didn't see Bronny? You didn't see Dalton Connect? You didn't watch it?
Oh, sorry, I did watch a few minutes just to see what Dalton could do.
You see what I'm saying, fan? You see what I'm saying? You see? Oh, how he immediately wanted to correct himself. So I guess you didn't see Patrick Mahomes behind the back pass yesterday.
No, I saw it on SportsCenter. I heard about
it. Did you see Caleb Williams?
I did see Caleb.
Now, did you watch the game or are you just watching highlights? So you come tell the fans.
Just watching highlights. Like I said before, I don't know enough about their team to watch a whole entire preseason game and really get anything from it.
Thank you. I'm glad you mentioned right there. I'm glad you mentioned that point right there that you don't know much about their team and to get anything from it. So are you willing to say you've been spouting for the last 2 years that Caleb Williams is going to lead his whatever team he goes to the playoffs, and now he fell in the lap of the Chicago Bears, and you have projected them to somehow beat the Detroit Lions, who were a game away from the Super Bowl. You got them projected to beat the Green Bay Packers, who are in the same division, who actually blew out a playoff team, made it to the second round. You have them projected to beat both of those teams based on what, Cleveland?
Based on Caleb Williams, they took it number 1. Roma Dunze, they took it number 8, I believe it is.
Number 9.
Number 9. DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Montez Sweat.
So are you going to tell me you saw enough from Caleb Williams in the 16-second highlights to support your logic there?
I didn't see anything to detract from what it is that I believe is going to happen this season. No.
Okay, that's not what I didn't ask you if you saw enough to detract. My question was very specific. Did you see in the 16-second highlights that you saw Caleb Williams? Did you see enough to support your logic?
No, because it's a preseason game. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to translate onto the field when regular season games start, but I did see enough to see that he can, has command of the offense and is on schedule.
Well, okay. All right, that's fair enough. I'll take that. Will we see Patrick Mahomes behind the back pass in the regular season in live action?
It's possible.
It's possible. Well, anything's possible. It's possible they may call you up and ask you to catch some passes from Patrick Mahomes. Is it likely?
I mean, he's an improviser. He's one of the masters of improvisation. So, if I had to say, is he going to do it? Yes or no? I would say yes.
I'm not sure we see that. I think that was kind of by accident. It kind of happened by accident. They played it off pretty well. Patrick Mahomes talking about Travis Kelce couldn't get off his blocks and run a correct route. I mean, I like that little commentary. And then Travis Kelce also came back. He said, well, he has that funny voice, and I couldn't hear him when the play called at the line of scrimmage. I thought that was a pretty comical back and forth. And that tells you how really I don't think they called that play at the line of scrimmage. I don't think they called that play in the huddle, but I think that tells you about the unison that they play within, that they were able to accomplish that play, get that play off. And then I think it speaks a lot about the unity that they have. Your thoughts on that situation? Did you hear their commentary back and forth?
I did not hear their commentary back and forth, and it's been established that those two have great chemistry. And sometimes, even when they don't know where the person is going to be, they still know where the person is going to be. I think the best example of that was always Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison, but I think these guys are close.
There was a Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison was based on repetition. Like I think they ran their routes and passes. Peyton Manning threw his passes. He probably threw many more passes in practice than he threw in games. If that tells you anything. So they were down in sync. So that was pretty cool. Caleb Williams, man, he impressed. I don't know if this translates though, Cleveland. Excuse me. Let me take that back. That was my thought. Him running around the field at USC, I didn't know that translated into the NFL, and clearly he showed on a few plays, even on the one where Rome Odunze stepped out of bounds. He'll get that fixed and he'll realize his where he is on the field. But that play, his scramble to the end zone, my immediate question goes, how many of the starters for the Bengals were in the game when that happened? They did go 3 and out 3 times. Before he made the amazing play where Odunze, where he ran 45 yards or something, and hit Odunze in the back of the end zone, but Odunze was out of bounds. So was the starters in the game at that point? I don't know. It's preseason. I wasn't watching the game, but I did see the highlights. But if they went 3 and out and they're on the 4th drive, was the starters in the game? That tells me they probably weren't in the game. And then on the scramble run into the end zone, I have to ask again, were the starters in the game? On the 4th drive of the 2nd preseason game, Cincinnati Bengals with the healthy Joe Burrow have a legitimate chance at winning their division and getting to the Super Bowl. I'm gonna have to guess no. Now I didn't look at it. I didn't check their roster and check off the players one by one, but I'm gonna have to say no if it's their 4th drive of the 2nd preseason game and they already went 3 and outs and this is their 4th drive. I'm gonna have to say the starters were not in the game. What's your thoughts on that? And then so that my immediate question goes, my follow-up question would be, if the starters weren't in the game, I mean, what string were the 2nd string players or the 3rd string players? Probably a mixture of both. Can he have this type of production against NFL starters, Cleveland? What do you say?
Probably most likely it wasn't against the starters. It was probably against 2nd string, because starters typically don't play in this preseason game. So no. Does that mean that he's not going to have success during the regular season? No. It just means that they were probably working on other things. Maybe they worked, maybe they didn't. It's not a lot you can make out of preseason plays other than if someone, does something kind of out of the ordinary and, has kind of a breakout performance, so to speak.
Well, I'd say that was out of the ordinary. Both of those 2 players.
No, not really. Not if you've watched Caleb Williams play.
Again, Cleveland, he went 3 and out 3 straight drives. On a 4th drive, he was able to kind of.
Did you watch any of those drives?
I didn't, but 3 and out tells me that
you don't really know why they went 3 and out. Then were they 3 running plays, or did somebody drop a pass? Was it a missed assignment?
They would have highlighted those plays if he rolled around and Odunze dropped.
All you know is that you look at the stat line in the first 3 drives, they didn't score. They were 3 and out, but you don't know why. You don't have enough information to make an informed judgment as to whether or not it will translate.
Actually, I do. Actually, I do. If you want to ignore the situation,
you can answer any of my questions.
If you want to ignore the situation, and say, well, he did this on the 4th drive. I mean, come on now. He was 6 for 13. 46% percent completion rating. Is that good, Cleveland? He had a 5.8 yard passing yards. Is that good, Cleveland? Is that a 64% quarterback rating? Is that something you want to hang your hat on, sir?
No.
Okay. So that tells me that out of the 2 completions he did make, one a 46-yard pass to Odunze, which counted for more than half the yards he threw for in that game. That tells me that he wasn't very productive.
That was a 46-yard pass. I thought Rome couldn't catch. I thought Rome only caught like 7-8-yard passes.
Again.
Good. I thought Rome was a possession receiver.
Like, he is a possession receiver.
46 yards sounds like you got past somebody.
Okay. And the quarterback lobbed it up to him for one completion. Roma Duze. Actually, I'm not buying these stats right here because it say Rome's Dunze was excuse me. 1 target, 2 targets, 1 reception, 45 yards. So he got the quarterback lobbed it up to him on a scramble play where he went deep, and he rolled out and lobbed it up to him and he caught the ball. Okay. He got behind somebody. Yes, he did. Again, was that a starter or not? But this tells me though, with him only completing less than half of his passes, Cleveland, and one of them again for 45 yards, and that means he was 5 for 30, Cleveland. That means he was he completed 5 passes for 30 yards. I mean, come on, that's not anything you want to hang your hat on. And so if you went 3 and out, I got the stats right here. Caleb Williams, incomplete pass. Herbert, 1 yard run. Caleb Williams, 1 pass for to Cole Kmet. So on the first drive before he punted, he was 1 for 2, and they end up punting. No first downs. Okay, since you want to question kind of what happened, Gerald Everett for 3 yards. Herbert got 2 carries that they did not get a first down. So he's
Caleb's fault then. Okay, continue.
Caleb incomplete pass. Caleb incomplete pass. Caleb incomplete pass. So 3 on his third drive. 3 incomplete passes. There you go. All right, is that what you wanted to hear?
I mean, were there any drops, or what were the routes? We don't know.
Incomplete pass is enough.
Okay.
Incomplete pass is what you wanted to hear. I mean, that's what you wanted to. That clarifies it for me. Again, there was no completions. If the quarterback is getting it done, there are not going to be any incomplete passes, right? If the quarterback is getting it done.
No, I love this. I love this, Cam. I love the way you're nitpicking at Caleb. It's gonna
I'm not nitpicking. I mean, you asked me, did I see the play? Did I see the play? Do you have enough to go by? And I can tell you, if he's 6 for 13, there's nothing to go by. There was 1 pass for 45 yards. That means the rest of the routes he was 5. He was what? 5 for 12 for 30 yards. Is that what you want to hang your hat on, Cleveland?
I'm going to hang my hat on.
Is that the rookie of the year?
It is the rookie of the year.
Is that the rookie? Those are rookie of the year numbers to you?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. I will bet a pound of ribs. Caleb Williams will be the rookie of the year.
Dud Dilly, got him. Got him. Got him. Can Nick Mullins push Sam Darnold for the starting job in Minnesota?
No.
Mm-mm. Not at all. No. Sam Darnold, you seen? It's not. I mean, come on, 46 completion or 46 completion rating is not that good. He's gonna get it.
All right. You go.
All right, you goated. All right, you go. Yeah, I'm gonna get my pound of ribs. I hope that's what you're talking about.
This is gonna
be. I'm gonna get my pound of ribs.
I've been saying this all summer, so this is gonna be even more fun because you have to go through the entire season of just watching the numbers and be like, oh wow, this is insurmountable at this point. Yeah, but no, Nick Mullins. We've already seen that movie. It's horrible. It's it's a horror film. So yeah, they need to move on.
He said a horror film. So let me look at this here. Oh, I was trying to bring up another potential rookie of the year player, and it don't look like he got any playing time.
Huh? Who's that?
Man, what's going on? Marvin Harrison. He's not in it getting any action.
Oh wow.
What, Marvin, what are you doing?
Doesn't he need the? But Cam, according to the Cam playbook, doesn't he need the reps?
He needs the reps. Him and Kyler Murray need the reps, don't he?
Doesn't he need the chemistry between him and Collier to get going?
I mean, we know the coaching isn't up to the prime time level out there in Arizona. But yeah.
Why is that? Is that because Marv's not playing?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Is that your hope for rookie of the year? Was that kind of like your
not my hope? I'm just saying another contender for rookie of the year.
Okay, sure. Do you have any others, or is it just Marv?
Well, we'll see how preseason plays out.
Okay. Oh,
but I got the field.
We'll see how preseason plays out.
But I got the field right now, so I'm pretty confident in somebody in the field.
Bo Nix might step up and do some stuff out there. Sure.
So Bo Nix was on my list. Okay. Bo Nix gets the second straight start tonight, and you know how bad. You know who I did see make some plays though, and all jokes aside, and if you recall, you probably won't recall this, but this kid, he went 2 receptions, 6 yards, 3 targets. His problem is he don't have anybody to throw it to him. But that's a kid named Jalen Polk. I don't know if you're familiar with his game, but out there in New England.
I actually watched the last 25 games of his college career very intently.
Yeah, but I mean, his problem, he don't have a quarterback throwing in the ball. Drake May. Do you think Drake May is going to be able to do anything?
Not really.
I mean, he's in a tough division out there, so it's going to be challenging for him to kind of rise to the top.
Okay. Guess Caleb is going to be the rookie of the year.
Well, I wasn't saying Jalen Pope was going to be rookie of the year, but Drake May 6'4", he's in a tough division, man, and he's in a tough division.
Yeah, well, so is Caleb. I think a tougher division than Drake May.
Bo Nix, he gets a second straight start tonight. You know how desperate your guy Sean Payton is to get somebody to fill in that quarterback position. Do you think Drake May is going to fill the void for him?
Bo Nix, no, I don't think he's going. I don't think he's going to fill the void for them. I think that Sean Payton was really good with Drew Brees, and that's kind of where his resume is going to begin and end.
Begin and end. I mean, well, he's desperate for Bo Nix to do well, considering his relationship with Russell, and then he had a couple other bums in there. You don't think that he's spending extra time with Bo Nix and
he can spend as much time with Bo Nix as he likes. He's still going to be Bo Nix when the meeting's over. So
okay,
you can't make him into something that he wants him to be just because he wants him to be that.
Talking about trying to make somebody into something. I mean, gee whiz. I'm really confident after watching Hard Knocks. You still haven't seen any of the Hard Knocks episodes?
Just because of the way you're picking on Caleb, I have actually watched Hard Knocks this year. I've made a triumphant return, and Rome is on the team, so yeah, I made a triumphant return to watching Hard Knocks. So yeah, we can get into Hard Knocks. You thought you was gonna slip one by me, huh? You were gonna say something I ain't seen. No, we can get into Hard Knocks.
And then so let you tell it, they're doing everything right in Chicago, right? They're doing everything right in Chicago to have the rookie of the year.
So far, good.
So the slip and slide episode, you like that?
You saw how it translated on the field, right? Better sliding motion.
You are so full of shit. Actually, the Hard Knocks that I was referring to this time. I'm glad you got back into it. The Hard Knocks is not as bad as you want to say, but actually, this Hard Knocks I was referring to was a Giants episode of Hard Knocks.
Did not watch that. All
again, the off season. Now you don't like the kind of the drama they try to fake. What did you say? They kind of manufacture drama they try to create during the preseason. Cleveland, you get to see the off season and you get to see the office, the kind of conversations that they had in the office. That's what made that so intriguing. That could have been anything. It could have been the Bengals. It could have been the Dolphins. It could have been the Patriots. You get to see how these get their off season machinations and these moves and deals, the conversations that they're having within the office, how they translate. And what they decided to do, they decided not to, as I mentioned, you guys, those of you who's watching, excuse me for telling you something you already know, but they decided that they weren't going to offer Saquon Barkley a deal. They said, we're paying our quarterback $40 million to be our quarterback, not to hand off to somebody. And so, which was just kind of the most, the owner came and said, he is our identity. If we don't have Saquon, who is our identity on the field? Who is our identity on offense? And they don't have one because the quarterback got hurt last year. Since he signed that $40 million per year contract, he hasn't shown that he's up to his capabilities. And then on the first drive yesterday, now Cleveland, this is regular season, preseason, playoff football. You don't need there should be no time in the season for what we saw out of Daniel Jones yesterday in the first drive. Getting sacked, on his way getting sacked, he decided to throw up the ball, and then he didn't have enough mustard on the ball that the cornerback says, oh, he picks it off at the 5-yard line and kind of prances into the end zone. That's not even a rookie mistake, Cleveland. That's a boneheaded play that a scrub makes. And shame on the front office for putting their stock into Daniel Jones. Shame on them. Like, you don't even offer the guy that your owner says is the identity of the team a deal? Like, that was preposterous. And that's what you see how things play out. And I'm convinced by watching the Hard Knocks, I'm convinced I could be a GM in the NFL. If that's a decision you're going to make by we're just not going to offer our best player, our best offensive player a deal, I could do that. I mean, I can do that. Oh, we're going to put our money into a defensive tackle. Well, guys, you need a quarter. You need if you don't have a Pro Bowl quarterback, a quarterback vying for the Player of the Year, you need get him some help. Cleveland, what is the best friend to a quarterback?
Strong running game, Cam.
You can't go get a second string running back and just put him in the position and expect him to fill in for a Pro Bowl running back. You had one on your team. You had a game breaker running back on your team. You elected not to sign him. Now, what do you expect from your running game and your offense? Like, that doesn't take years of GM and years of scouting and years of going to the combine to figure out. It doesn't take that. Anybody who plays Madden for 2 seasons of the franchise mode can figure that out. I don't know what the heck the GM is. He should. That guy probably shouldn't make the season. He shouldn't last the season. Just from that decision alone, he should not last the season. We'll see how things play out. He does have the complexion for the protection, so he probably make it through the season, but he shouldn't make the season. That was just a travesty. That was just a travesty for the New York Giants, a storied franchise. For New York Giants to make a decision like that, the leader of the New York Giants, that was just a travesty. So I don't know if you saw the airhead mistake that he made, that the play that I'm referring to. But Daniel Jones, let me see how he finished, because that was just one play. They put him in behind the hole. Let me see what they did finish at. Just real quickly. It was 28-10. They lost to the Texans. Obviously, the Texans are a better team than them. Daniel Jones, 11 for 18, 61% passing percentage. Not only did he throw a interception on that first drive, he threw an interception down in the goal line on their second drive. Now they do have, they do have receivers, Cleveland, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with the receiving core, but Devin Singletary, he's a change of pace back. He's not a every carry back. He had 10 carries for 20 yards yesterday. Come on, I'm not saying he's going to average 2 yards a carry all season long, but it's not going to be much more than that for the rest of the year. Cleveland, they do have Malik Neighbors, who they drafted with the number 6 pick, I believe. He had 4 catches, 54 yards, not bad. Because of the quarterback throwing to the ball, he's not gonna. I don't think they're gonna get the most out of Neighbors. But they have Hyatt, Jalen Hyatt, who was a big time draft pick coming out of Tennessee a couple years ago. So they have somebody to throw to if they had a freaking quarterback. So Daniel Jones, then they got Tommy DeVito, the family chef out there. He had a 62% completion rating because he didn't have an interception. But he's kind of a crowd favorite. I don't know how much he might be getting some time before it's all said and done. He might be playing the second half of the season while the owner is looking for a new GM. What's your thoughts on the Giants and Daniel Jones?
Concerning. I actually was thinking that they wouldn't be as bad as everyone was anticipating because of that defense. And they would be able to kind of not get the same production that they got from Saquon, but, something, that's respectable. And, your guy, Neighbors, who you thought more highly of than Rome, which I didn't. He's supposed to give, an infusion of, speed on the outside there. Hyatt, had some glimpses last year in his rookie season. So I did think that they were going to be improved from last year, but then seeing this in the second game looks like maybe I was wrong on that one. I might have to pump the brakes on whether they're actually going to be better than they were last year. They might be relatively the same.
Hey, Bon, what's your favorite phrase about a wide receiver?
They can't throw the ball to themselves.
So how you gonna ding Neighbors for what he's able to accomplish or not accomplish? If the quarterback can't get him the ball, like he's gonna have troubles regardless, right?
So he's not going to be that impactful, is what you're saying.
Is that his fault that the quarterback can't get him the ball? Help me out.
I'm not casting blame. When did I blame anybody?
No, but you're just saying, oh, so he's not going to be that impactful. Well, Cleveland, that's not really his issue. It is his issue, but his impactfulness is contingent upon assistance. Is kind of the point I'm making. If he's not getting the assistance with the quarterback throwing on the ball in a position where he can catch the ball, that's going to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? If he's
actually, and in hindsight, I'm actually glad that the Giants made that pick, because then Ron would have Daniel Jones throwing him the ball instead of Caleb Williams.
Okay, I see you're married to the Bears. Did you get Rome's jersey yet? Is it on its way?
No, I don't really like the number 15 too much, so I think I'm gonna have to pass on that.
So your guy, the NFL ranked Tyreek Hill the number 1 player in the game, right?
No, the players voted on that.
The NFL player. What did I say? The NFL players voted Tyreek Hill the best player in the NFL, right?
Yes.
And why did your little track buddy, your little track dude, want to take shots at my guy Tyreek Hill?
Because Tyreek Hill thinks that his speed translates to like world-class fast, and he's just football fast. There's a difference.
Well, he did run track in college.
Metcalf thought the same thing and got absolutely smoked when he got out there with real track.
He didn't run track in college though. He football fast. He was a fast dude. Yes,
right. And
Tyreek Hill ran track in college.
Field track and field runners, he got smoked.
Again, he didn't run track. Tyreek Hill ran track though.
What?
he has track speed. Before he got on the football field, and before the Andy Reid identified him, they saw what he can do on the track field and how that translates to football field. To the football field.
I don't see any Olympic medals around his neck or world championships or world records for that matter. He is fast on the football field and much faster than the other football players, without question.
Do you see Super Bowl champion on it around his neck? I mean, do you have to see him wear the Super Bowl championship ring? Do you need to?
No, that's not an.
Do you need to be reminded of that?
Not an indication of what he would do from lane 6 against Noah Lyles.
Well, I think if he lined up in lane 1 through 6 or 7 through 8, that he would be just fine against Mr. COVID, Noah Lyles.
Okay.
Because Noah Lyles, I mean, would come down. Oh, he had a headache. Oh, he had a toenail. Once he got dusted, he'd have.
He's actually the fastest man in the world in the 100 meters.
No, well,
he's not. He didn't do that.
I mean, he won the Olympics by.
He won.
Has there been a photo finish in the 100 meters in the Olympics ever until this year, Cleveland? They've been playing the Olympics. They've been playing the Olympics for over 100 years. Has there ever been a photo finish in the Olympics?
He did do that then.
Again, my question is: have there ever been a photo finish in the Olympics?
That's the closest. That's the closest finish in Olympic history. What does that have to do with Tyreek Hill getting on the track and doing anything?
That means he has an opportunity. He's beatable.
Okay,
he's beatable. As we saw in the 200, he's very beatable. And who knows? He'll come down with COVID. Something will happen. Just kind of just his luck. Something to happen to where he can't get on the. Tyreek, sign a deal. Sign a deal, Tyreek, to dust this guy, and let's do it before the season starts, so we don't have to have this linger on. Tyreek. My vote is for Tyreek. Who's your vote on, Cleveland?
Noah Lyles.
I mean, you're blinded. Again, has he gotten over COVID yet? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I know. I know, because you don't really know how the COVID thing works. Yes, he's over.
I mean, COVID. He came down. All of a sudden, he wins 100. 2 days later, when the competition stiffens up for the 200, he comes out there doing his dance and running around the track while everybody's in the blocks. Then he gets in the blocks, get dusted. All of a sudden, he has COVID and he has a mask after the race. I'm gonna have to get Tyler on the show to talk about what's going on, what this clown is going through, and how he's going to challenge my man. Because I feel it's preposterous that he's challenging an actual dude who actually has real speed to a race. Tyreek, signed a deal. That's what I got to say about that one. Sign a deal. You got anything to add to that?
No, because I understand that your perception is not based in reality, and that you don't really understand the difference between track speed and football speed. And your disdain for Noah Lyles has gone a little bit too far over the line. And so, yeah, I'm just going to leave it there.
Again, I'm going to have to get my track and field expert on the show to talk about what Tyreek's chances in this race. I'm going to have to go do some homework. What is Tyreek's fastest time in the 100? That's what I'm going to have to check out. Tyreek's fastest time in the 100 when he did run track, to see how that actually compares to Noah Lyles, COVID or non-COVID, whatever, I mean, I don't know when he's going to cry sickness or not. Because again, when the competition stiffens up, all of a sudden he has.
It would be when he was sick. It's not like he just manufactured COVID as an excuse to not win the 200.
I mean, I don't know. The competition stiffened up, and all of a sudden he got sick.
Which is kind of crazy, with an opportunity to do something only 2 other athletes in track and field have ever done.
Let's see, I'm getting it right now. What's Noah Lyles' time?
In the Olympics, it was 9.81.
In the Olympics, it's 9.81.
Yeah.
So Tyreek Hill ran a 9.98 in high school. So he's not far. He's not far with a little training. That was in high school. He in fact can probably get him right now because he's training for football. He probably can get him right now. Again, 981. He's not that far away with the 998 in high school. He's probably faster today if he ran the full 100 meters. He's probably faster today. Go sign a deal, Tyreek. That's what I say. Sign a deal. Cleveland. This might be a little controversial issue, Cleveland. I want to get your opinion and see how you feel. You're familiar with the culture. Who's the biggest name in hip hop, Cleveland? The very biggest name in hip hop. Right.
At present?
At present, the very biggest name in hip hop.
At present, the biggest name in hip hop is Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar, he says. Okay. I'll take that. I'll take that. Was Kendrick Lamar in the Olympics? Was Kendrick Lamar at the Olympics? Did he at the Olympic trials? Was he on NBC running the 100 training for Olympics and the 200 race? Was he at the opening ceremonies? Was Kendrick Lamar there? Was Kendrick Lamar with Hoda Coffee at the Olympics on stage? Was Kendrick Lamar with Marshall Stewart?
I'm sorry, Cameron. So you know that after your comments previous, so you can't come back.
No, I again.
You're permanently banned.
Hear what I say. Hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying.
I know where you were trying to go with
the biggest name in hip hop right now.
The biggest name in hip hop
is a guy called Calvin Broadus.
Oh,
I didn't say he's the best rapper.
Yeah, come on now.
I didn't say he's the best rapper. I didn't say he has the best lyrics.
Oh man, nobody's listening, Cam.
What do you mean? Again,
you can't throw dog doo-doo on somebody's face and then try and wipe it off and be like, oh, you're really cool. No, nobody's listening.
I mean, clearly, you don't know how far back we go.
I did. I know how far back you went when you made your ranking.
Who am I speaking to right now?
Cameron.
My name is Cameron.
Cam Buford.
Hey, it's Peter Rosenberg. I'm hanging on my man Cameron Buford.
You got some good questions today.
I'm a Dolphin fan.
There's always room for improvement.
This is a big year for Tua to prove that he's a franchise quarterback.
I'm more a fan of boxing. Boxing is my main sport.
All we want to see every year are the best two mothers getting in the ring and getting them.
Best people to fight the best. Somehow we got away from that because guys are trying to protect their record.
Think about it like this. The promoter pays the fighter. The fighter pays the manager.
Okay.
So the manager works for the fighter, and the fighter works for the promoter.
Okay.
Talk about that loyalty for a moment. I'm standing there to try to make a change. Give back to the youth, give back to my community and show them that there is hope that you can make it out. Only thing is you just got to be dedicated. You got to keep your head down and stay on this course that you're heading towards.
So you are lifting weights currently?
It's not look like it.
No. When he said it's easier to score in the NBA versus Europe, did you agree with them?
To me, it's easy to score all over the world.
Can I finish? Do you want me to speak or do you want to conduct the interview and answer for me? Which one?
What do you think about this upcoming?
Aaron, like I was saying before.
Aaron, what has the game of baseball taught you?
One of the biggest things is being humble.
Can you give a message to the kids to kind of persevere through the false teachings they may be giving?
Patience.
Okay.
Patience.
As the show voice of the fan,
Oh my goodness!
continues to evolve.
Come on, you were adding some spice to it.
It is strictly banter back and forth between myself and Cameron Buford.
I enjoy all of it.
The real ones know what's going on, right?
Like you said, Pacific Northwest. So I think it's a big part of my game, and every time I step on the floor, I just want to represent my city.
You play this game and you don't turn to win a championship, then why are you playing for?
I'm happy for the Mariners. I'm happy for the whole
Nobody
Nipple man.
Go watch the tape. Go watch the tape, and then you tell me if it was all about just a system.
You look like a buffoon.
Go do your research. Go do your study.
And you said LeBron is the best player in the history of the game?
Yeah,
did you guys hear that?
Oh, this guy.
Hey, come here. It's okay. It's okay.
That's what's good in sports, man. It's Big Snoop Dogg, man.
That's what's good in sports.
Thank you for making out.
That's Big Snoop Dogg right there. That's my guy.
Yeah, Cam. That was before you eliminated him from your top 50 all-time list. He wasn't aware that that's how you felt about him before. And I've actually have family down in California in SoCal, and when I mentioned that to him, and they passed the word to Snoop, he's like, "Nah, I'm not. Me and him ain't cool no more."
Oh, we're cool. We're me and
No, you're not. You're not. That's
good.
what I'm saying. I had fam that talked to him, and he said, "No, we're not cool no more. If I can't make your top 50, and now all of a sudden you want to come back kissing ass like I'm the most influential person, the biggest person in hip hop. No, it's too late."
The biggest name in hip hop. Who's bigger right now, Cleveland? In all seriousness, who's bigger? Is there anybody bigger?
It depends on what you're.
I'm not talking about lyrics. I'm not talking about who has the best song, who has who sold the most records. The biggest name in hip hop right now today, on August 18th, 2024, there's no bigger name than Snoop Dogg. This dude was worldwide over representing America in the Olympics. He should have been called on the breakdancing. He probably should have took some of the LA breakers with them to perform in that breaking contest, which was a travesty. But there's no bigger name over there. There's no bigger name than Snoop Dogg right now. There's no bigger name. He transcends everything, Cleveland. This dude was was in the Olympics representing America, had the USA uniform, the sweatsuit. You saw the white sweatsuit that the players were wearing with the red, white, and blue, the stars and stripes. Please tell me. Kendrick, yes. Kendrick is probably the hottest rapper right now because he has the hottest record in the land, in all of America, probably all the world. Who knows? I know they're not liking them up in Toronto and Canada right now, but the rest of the world is rocking today, not like us. Pac, Big, Jay-Z, Dre, come on. It's no other than Snoop Dogg, Cleveland. Let's give Snoop a round of applause for what's going down. But fans, so I knew Cleveland was going to have something to say about that. And when me and Snoop was good, I assure you, me and Snoop was good right now. But I want to ask you, Cleveland, what I want to ask you to take a different turn. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8. I don't have a top 10. Maybe you can round out the top 10, Cleveland. What is the best opening line of a hip hop song that comes to your mind? I have 8 that kind of came to my mind. And you want me to help you out? I can give you.
Yeah, please. Go ahead and start us out.
In no particular order. I bomb atomically. Socrates' philosophies and hypotheses. Can't define how I be dropping these mockeries. Lyrically performing armed robberies. You know what that is?
Yeah, that's from Victory, Wu-Tang. Or Triumph, I should say. Excuse me.
Inspector Deck.
Yeah.
Bass. How low can you go? What a brother know. Again, no particular order. You know what that is, right?
That would be Chuck D and Public Enemy.
His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. They're vomiting on a sweater already. Mom spaghetti. You know that one is, right?
That's your guy, Eminem. Sure. Who's yourself?
Cleveland, what comes to your mind? I got a few more. I got a few more.
You puny protozoa, you so minute you didn't know the king has been watching you, but instead of just squashing you, I scoop you up out of the muck you wallow in like a chief chemist. Other scientists are following.
Ooh. Okay. And what else you got?
That's the one that came to mind right off. Let's see. Let's hear the rest of your list.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy talking at the door.
Oh, I got one. And when my Coke comes in, you got to use the scale that they weigh the whales with.
But that's not the beginning of the song, though.
That is.
That's not the beginning.
That is the beginning of the song.
It's not the beginning of the song.
Yeah,
but it's not the beginning of the song, man. I promise you. That's a hot line, though. Don't get me wrong. That's a hot line, but it's not the beginning of the song.
It is, but that's okay.
Come on, why you gonna make me do this right here during the show? What else you got?
I don't know. Let's hear some of your stuff.
Well, I gotta fact check you now because again,
go ahead and fact check me.
Yeah. So give me another one. I got a list, right? I got a list. Let
me see.
Fuck your bitch and the click you claim. You know what that is, right?
No.
You don't know who that one is?
Missed that one.
That's
I missed that one.
That's Tupac.
Oh, one of those diss tracks, sure.
I mean, that's one of the best. You don't know that one?
And to contradict yours, ladies and gents, players and pimps, listen. Snoop Doggy Dogs on the mic. Pay attention. There's one for you.
Straight out of Compton. Crazy motherfucking name called Ice Cube from a gang called Niggas with an Attitude. That's probably the best one right there. That's probably the best one. I mean, the most notable one, right?
Okay. Yeah, if you're still trying to fact check me, man, you need to just cut that out.
Well, I got the song right. No, it's fuck the real shit because we gonna and that's the second line. I didn't realize that was the second line. I thought that was more to the middle of the song. I didn't but that's the cold line though. That is a cold line by Jadakiss. Have you ever met a girl that you tried to date, but a year to make love, she wanted you to wait? Like that's a cold opening too. That's a cold opening too, right? You know what that one is, right?
Yes, the biz.
So you gave me Jadakiss. We're gonna make it as a cold song. So that's fans is what I would needed your help on. Is what is the best rap opening that what's the best rap opening to a rap song? Let me see who's chiming in here. I stand up. There you go. What's up, Boots? Where you been?
I was thinking that as well, Boots.
I stand alone in my room, staring at candles. Yeah, that's
legit.
That's iconic right there. There's no argument there. What's been up, Boots? But that's what I wanted your guys' opinion on. Because I went from Chuck D to Inspector Det, Biz. Goddamn, I'm glad y'all said it all. It used to be hard. Now you just wet and soft. First y'all down with the AK. Now I see you on the video with Mr. Lake. I mean,
it's a tough one.
But I think the Straight Outta Compton, But Tupac comes off with the fuck you bitch and he click you claim like that. That really gets your attention, right? That really that's an attention grabber right there. When you hear that one come off, and then Snoop and Dre that 1, 2, 3 into the 4, like the beat. I think the beat gets you, and then he just comes in with that style.
Yeah, I don't know if that really just hits you over the head for a first lyric to start a song.
Well, if you're counting that kind of throws it off. That lessens your rapping ability, and to my point. But that song is iconic, right?
Yes, the song is iconic.
The song. There you go, Boots. That's another one. It was all a dream. Yes. There was some memorable moments in hip hop, and I just wanted to get your feedback on some of the most iconic opening
lyrics.
And so there we go. We gave you 10 or 12 of them. You guys feel free to chime in whenever you like. Hit me up during the week at _voice of the fans if you care to add to the list. Boots, who you got? Tyreek or Noah? Who you got, Boots? Tyreek or Noah? Cleveland, what else you got, man?
Let's see here.
Bo Nix coming on tonight. You gonna check Bo Nix out?
No. As I mentioned before, I don't really watch other teams' preseason games. Let's see here. What is the over under for are you? Quick question: are you back on the Dolphin bandwagon, or are you still not riding with Tua?
I mean, I don't know what kind of question that is, Cleveland. I'm not sure what kind of question that is.
Oh, okay.
It's Dolphin for life around here, around these camps.
Okay.
I mean,
so Dolphins are going to make the playoffs this year?
That's a tough question, man. That's a tough question.
Well, considering all that they've invested into their offense, I didn't really think that was a trick question at all. I just want to hear you say no, and then watch them make the playoffs, and you'd be 0 for 2 for the season. You already don't understand what's going on in Chicago. I mean, I was assuming you kind of understood what was going on in a 305.
I mean, I know what's going on down there. I told you we need to trade somebody. We need to make a trade. So we got Jacksonville. That's a W. Buffalo. Buffalo's at home. We go 2-0. We go to Seattle. Oof. Love that East Coast going west. It's a 3:05 start. So that means that's a 1 o'clock start out there. So I mean, hopefully they get in and out of Salty's real quick, or Daniels, or whatever they decide to go. We owe Tennessee a whooping, so we start 4-1. Then we go to New England. That's 5-1. Indianapolis, that's a W. That's 6-1. Arizona, that's 7-1. At Buffalo, that's an L. That's 7-2. At the Rams, ooh, that might be an L. That's 7-3. At Las Vegas come to town. That's 8-3. New England comes to town. That's 9-3. We got at Green Bay. That's an L. That's 9-4 versus Jets. That's 10-5. At Houston.
9-4, or you're counting as a win, so that's 10-4. Okay.
10-4 at Houston. 10-5 versus San Francisco. 10-6 versus Cleveland. That's 11-6 at the Jets in December or in January.
Wait, what? You're already at 17 games. What happened here?
Well, what did I say? Hold on. What did I say? San Francisco is 10. San Francisco is a loss. That's 10-6 at Cleveland. One more time, Cleveland. Count the L's for me. Jacksonville, we start off Jacksonville W, Buffalo W, Seattle L, Tennessee W. New England, that's a W. New England, or excuse me, Indianapolis, that's a W. Arizona, W. So we're 7-1 right there, 6-1, right? 6-1 right there. At Buffalo, that's L, 6-2. At the Rams, 6-3. Las Vegas, 7-3. New England, 8-3. At Green Bay, 8-4. Versus the Jets, 9-4. Versus Houston, 9-5. Versus San Francisco, 9-6. At Cleveland, 10-6. At the Jets, that's 11-7. Did that get into the playoffs? I mean, the Jets ain't gonna be
10-6. So you're beating the Jets last game at New York?
No, we're at New York. That's an L. That's an L in the cold in January.
So you're 10-7.
10-7. 10-7. I don't think that's a playoff team.
Okay.
Buffalo. I mean, depending on what the Jets do, I don't expect a lot from the Jets. They'll beat us. We'll split with the Jets. We'll split with Buffalo. But depending on what the Jets do, if the Jets, if what you call it, playing at a Hall of Fame level, they're gonna win 10 games, maybe 10, 11 games. Yeah, it's gonna be close, man. It's gonna be close.
Okay.
It's gonna be close. That's my preliminary predictions. Obviously, we'll have predictions the week before the season. But right now, I'm saying 10-7. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look at the rest of the league. I'm not sure if that's gonna make it. I'm not sure that's gonna make it. Make the playoffs. Don't call it a
knock you out.
Yeah, that's a good one. The classic.
Just straight to the message. Just go straight to the message.
That's the classic one. That reminds me of the Wu-Tang. What was the Wu-Tang line? That, I guess Wu-Tang remind me of that line, but that was a Wu-Tang line. Wu-Tang kind of bit that same line. You got Noah, huh?
Speaks the truth.
He has some good feedback.
Can't understand that track, Boots. He's blinded by his disdain for Noah, which I don't really understand where it comes from.
I mean, it's not disdain for Noah, but just don't lose and say you got all of a sudden you're sick and you got the COVID. I mean, that's all.
But that's what happened.
Take the L on your chest. Take the L and go home. You already got Olympic gold. You take the L and go home. Don't come up with excuses why you get beat. That's all I'm saying. Don't take excuses. Don't come up with excuses.
Okay. Still not understanding how this COVID thing works. Like, I guess
Speaking of the master plan, ain't nothing but sweat inside my hands. Yeah, Boots is good. Boots is come with it. Boots is from that era, huh?
I like this.
Boots is from that era.
You can't go wrong with Rakim Allah.
Not at all. Not at all. There's no unquestionable lines there. No unquestionable lines at all.
Again, what, where, why, or when? Well, let me explain like instructions to a game. See, I'm not insane. In fact, I'm kind of
rational.
We're gonna stay in that era, you know.
I think that was the best. That was the golden era of hip hop, man. When it wasn't brand new, but guys were coming into their own originality. I think that 88 to 94, 5-ish was the kind of
for sure. Yeah. I mean, I always call the golden age of hip hop the 90 to 96, really. That's when it was.
But then you're eliminating EPMD. I mean, eliminating EPMD.
I said the golden age. I didn't say there weren't other rappers who, a few years before that shouldn't be included as, great rappers, but just the flood of talent between that time is just unprecedented.
Yeah, I think before they start fighting. But fans, let's give Boots a round of applause for chiming in tonight. Long time friend of the show, Boots. You're gonna have to come on the show one day, big guy. You have to make time. Shoot me your email address @_voice of the fan so we can get you on the show. Get your feedback. I was out in your town a couple weeks ago, Boots. Couldn't find a sports bar in downtown Chicago to watch the fight. To watch the what was it? The Terrence Crawford fight a couple weeks ago, man. I was a little disappointed. I actually got into a fight with a argument with the owner of the sports bar. I'm telling her this is not a sports bar. or this is not a sports town. I walk in the bar. The bar had probably 30 different televisions, all of them on the news. They didn't even have the Olympics on TV. How can you be a sports bar? You don't even have the Olympics playing. I don't know. And this is mid afternoon. I was very disappointed in downtown Chicago that I walked to 4 different bars before I had to get an Uber to go watch the fight on the south side of town. Indy,
I thought he was in the Nap. I didn't think he was in Chi-Town.
No, but he's from Chicago.
I thought he was
from Chicago. I knew it was in Indianapolis. I thought he's from Chicago. Nonetheless, it's neither here nor there. Because I know he was rooting for the Cubs, right? He's a Cubs guy. But fans, thank you guys for chiming in to the Voice of the Fans podcast. This is our show. We run our full show every Wednesday night. Make sure you guys tune in, hit the share button, hit the like button, tell a friend about the show. This Sunday special is just to kind of whet your palate on some sports topics and give you guys some fresh content for the weekend to listen to, whether you're washing the car, whether you're doing homework, washing the clothes, just to whet your palate on some current sports topics. And then we have a little fun with the hip hop knowledge. So appreciate all you guys chiming in. Give yourself a round of applause. Let's give Cleveland a round of applause for showing up today. No, thank you, Chief. Thanks for
participating, bro.
Thanks for participating. Let's give Cleveland a round of applause, even though his football knowledge is limited and he's trying to overlap it with the track and field knowledge. I mean, we're not gonna hold that against him. But thank you all you guys, most importantly, for chiming in, and we appreciate you. Thank you for making our voice your choice. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.